So hey guys, we are live again. Let me first check if we are audible and the stream live. Okay. Okay, so we are audible and live now. Okay. So let me just tell you what happened. So I started the stream. Okay. So I started the stream. I took a break, like I muted myself, and when I came back, I basically forgot to just switch on the audio, and due to which all this all we received is a muted stream. And I was wondering why the viewers are there and why are they leaving. So this this was the reason, and I recorded a video of whole 30 minutes where we solved the problem of the day, and we discussed the approach for the second problem of this previous contest, like the previous weekly contest. Still there were only one or two concurrent viewers, and I was like, what the shit happened, like why are these guys leaving? Then I just switched this live stream off, and then basically I checked the stream, and then I saw that there was no audio. So it was a huge mistake. Okay, I think we should go for this problem of the day again. I'll just erase this off, or maybe we can discuss the approach and then I can write the code. Okay, so we are having 0 viewers, but yeah, now at least we have the voice. Should we wait for some viewers, or should we again start with the problem of the day? Should we what can we do? Okay, I think we can start with the problem. So you can see that I just solved this problem like 23 minutes ago, but yeah, mistakes happen. Okay, so the problem is container with most water. Let's just erase this shit. I'll just paste this. Let's copy this image, paste in our OneNote. We can just delete this stuff. Okay, so what should we do? Like, how can we get the answer for this? Has anyone done the problem of the day today? Problem of the day. Let's just close this. Okay, still we have 0 viewers, but that's not a problem currently because we have the audio. Okay, so we have this container with most water, and let's see how we can solve this problem. So basically in this problem we are asked that we are having this heights array. This is some array which is heights, where the height of each element is representing a line. Okay, and we have to find these two lines from, let's say, on the extreme end and extreme right. Like basically we have to find some two lines such that the area between this should be maximum, like the water which can be stored between these guys should be maximum. Okay, so let's say this is the start and this is the end. I'll just take this white marker. Okay, so this is the start, this is the end. The area here would be, if I number this, it is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So it would be 8 minus 1 into the minimum, like the minimum of this guy and this guy. Why we took the minimum? Because here, like, only this part will store the water. Like if I take this red marker, then only this part will store the water, and we have this as an empty space. So if we took the minimum of this to get our answer, so the minimum would be minimum of height of s and height of this end. Okay, so in this manner we have the minimum now, and then this is the area. So here it would be 8 minus 1, which is 7, into minimum of this guy and this guy. It is minimum of 8 and 7, which is 7, which in turns is 49, and you can see that this is the answer. Yeah, so how can we solve this kind of problem? So this problem is again having another variant where we are given some, let's say, blocks or buildings. Let's say it is here. Okay, and what we have to do is we have to find the minimum, or sorry, the maximum water which can be stored in these places among these buildings. This is a variant of this problem. Here this is the water storage. Okay, for this usually we use monotonic stack to find the next greater and smaller element, or I would say to get the height in the left part and right part. That is the maximum water storage which can be done at this position, which is this ith position, based on this left and right buildings. So we calculate this, so you can study this kind of problems, and this is basically a variant of largest area in a histogram. So the difference between this and the current problem is, in this problem we consider all the buildings, and we try to see how much water can be stored at each building, considering that there is some left and right building which is greater than this, so that we can store some water. And then we do this for all these buildings, and we take the maximum, or I would say the sum of this guys, so that we get the total storage between these buildings. So this is one variant of this problem, which is, I would say, slightly harder than this problem, slightly harder. But this basically these two problems are easy medium problems. So again, coming back to our problem, how can we do this efficiently? Is there any viewer who can tell me this? Okay, so we have two concurrent viewers. So hey guys. Okay, how can we solve this? So what we can do is, we can consider this extreme ends. Let's say I have my S, which is here, and my E, which is at this position. That is the extreme ends. Then we try to see how much water can we store here. Like we find the area of this part. How we can get this? Basically we get the difference between this end and this start into the minimum height of this guy and this guy. Okay, so we take the minimum so that we get the water storage in this part. Okay, so in this manner we can see that we can get the area which can be covered if we consider these two lines. And then when we have this bigger line than this previous line, so we can just increase our S, and we can just bring it ahead, so that we considered the previous elements. But should we see any possible answer, like should we see any better line which can give us a better answer? So we do this by simply moving our S ahead, so that we can check for any better answer. So the problem would be simple, like what we do is we have S minus, or we have the starting position and the ending position, and we do this for all the elements. Hence we will just place the two pointers in this extreme left and right, and then we will just string this guys. Okay, so based on the condition we will string. So first we will just find the current answer. Current answer would be basically E minus S into minimum of height of this S and height of this E. In this manner we find the area of this guys, and then we will maintain a max variable. Maybe it is 0 initially, and the max would be basically the maximum of our previous max, or maybe the current, because there is a possibility that this current is better than the previous answer. So we update our max, and then we have the interesting case, that is, let's say the buildings are like this, and we are calculating the answer maybe for these guys. This is the E, this is the S. Then here we will cover this area, but if we move ahead we will cover this complete part, and this part can be greater than this previous one. So when we find that we have our S and it is less than E, we will just increase our S, and if these guys are same, let's say we have again this same guys, then maybe we can increase this or we can decrease this to find a better answer, because both of these things will give us the same answer. So we will check if our height of S is less than our height of E. If this is the case, then we can just increase our S, else we can just decrease our E. Okay, and we do this inside the while loop, and at the end we will just return the answer, like return the max, and this is basically the answer for it. So it was a easy medium problem, and we can consider it as question 2 of the weekly or bi-weekly contest. So we will just look for the code which is submitted. So yeah, you can see that we have this exact same solution. So yeah, this was it for today's problem of the day. So yeah guys, thanks for watching, and we will solve again tomorrow's weekly contest, and also we will see if we can solve tomorrow's problem of the day, so that we can just increase our streak and we can conduct live streams daily. So yeah, thanks for watching, and subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already. So yeah, see you guys in the next video.